Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Christo. This is the wonderful world of Anbennar. And when I say world of Anbennar, this right here be the Empire of Anbennar. This is the world. They're living in the world of Anbennar, but some of them don't know it yet. If you look at the player map mode, which by the way, if you listen to some people on Reddit, is going to tell you, oh no, it says my name now. Did they fix it? It used to say player such and such, and I always used to get accused of pirating the game. It doesn't show your subjects, unfortunately. Oh no, that's right, of course. You're not my subject. I never did take over this guy. Alright, well, let's go do that then. Goals for this episode? I'm not sure. We're going to keep exploring, finding out about the many interesting religions over in the New World. And I want to explore around this coast. Will be fun. And I want to throw around the vassal swarm, because that's always fun, right? We do have a couple of disloyal vassals because of our transfer trade off them. But yeah, most vassals are not too unhappy. The noble integration policy is still active. Do I need the noble integration policy? I think yes, and there actually are some people I should annex. So let's start on that. You, because you have this modifier, you have this gateway to the west, +1 colonists. I would like to pinch that off you. I would also like this +1, what you call it? +1 missionary here. There are probably other modifiers that if I knew about them, I would try and yoink off people. I mean, yeah, for example, how goes your wizard tower progress? Stage 5, power costs down 2.5. National tax modifier plus 5%. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We do now, of course, have really quite a few mission trees available to us. So I'm not looking for... I'm not going to go through here looking for the the magisterial one. I think, yeah, I do want to do this. I want to be able to get the final bonus, and if we can do that before 1600, that would be good. So first, I'm just going to do a little bit of empire expanding, but then that's going to be the midterm goal. So explorer ready. We are kind of reaching the limits of where we're currently capable of exploring. We need expansion ideas to get more growth rate to mean that we could get more land, but I think I'm not going to do that. Because I don't think I am going to try and like build a global trade empire. I think we're gonna focus on kind of neatening borders and learning a bit about the world, and then maybe we go and we play as one of those like you can switch to people missions. Switch to those kind of event spawned empires, or maybe we start again and have a go at dwarves. We'll see. Dame's crown relationship improved. Cool. So yeah, annexing the vassal, we can only do really one vassal every 10 years, or our vassals will get more and more mad at us over time. I think just having everybody improving for a while is going to be advantageous. I should be improving with Moonhaven first, though. I guess the other reason I should be integrating people is to steal, great projects off them. Like this one is pretty darn good. You don't get the bonus for just... No, I'd have to actually own the province, and it is their capital, so we would need to integrate them for that. We have a lot of dove roads to build. Well, actually not that many, but yeah, we are going to be cranking out a few dove roads. We should probably take maybe all the imperial provinces of interest. Would be interesting. And also this Orcish incursion. Green Tide 2.0, kind of, although less genocidal, I'm assuming. Because the Green Tide... Yeah, I still don't know a huge amount about the Green Tide. There is also this Corin issue, and I am going to be enforcing religion even where it causes liberty desire problems in order to keep fighting back against that. Let's go by name so I can find these people more easily. Stop that. No converting. No converting. Brink Marshes. Stop that. I don't know if it's productive to be, causing a lot of liberty desire, where the main problem of them being another religion right now is liberty desire, but Nah. The Rivalian Society. A loose group of academics and reformists gather to discuss all matter topics in the lens of logic and reason. Institution spread, but unrest and missionary strength down, or ban them. Yeah, sure, I could go somewhere interesting. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Is our money ticking up again? Can't do this because... Where is this? Lenacor. We don't have all the relevant provinces. Southroy, you were... Yeah, you would accept... You would accept vassalage, so let's just get you that way. Excuse me? Excuse me? Well, that seems bad. We could convert. We're not going to do that. So we're going to lose 5 prestige, 10 legitimacy, and 1 stability. Fortunately, our stability cost modifier right now is kind of a joke. No, it isn't, because of the bloody Crimson Deluge. Well, I am going to spend our way back up to 1 so we can try and get prosperity reigning in the Empire once again. Time for a Regent Court Empire. The fact that Orthain V does not follow the official state has long been a great thorn in the side. 2 stability, but we do manage to flip him. Oh, that really hurts. I am going to do it, though. That really hurts, and we should definitely focus back on admin. Yikes. Yikes. Negative stability. Rip. Rip my prosperity. Even with my resistance to reformation. Looming disaster. Crap. Can I even stop this? To stop it, I need to have currently in a disaster or unrest higher than 0. Okay. Unrest lower than 0. Sorry. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, there's not much I can do about my religious unity in the short term. I don't think. There's nothing... Monopoly on Dames tier. As I recall, the monopoly on... You know, the monopoly on such and such privileges, you lose about 20% of the production income you would otherwise have gotten. I think it's somewhere in that region. Let's transport these guys down here. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Well, we're just going to try and boost stability before that causes a problem. There go all our claims on Lorentz land, which, yeah, don't really care about that. Not a big deal. Yeah, the money is obviously rolling in. What should I be building with all my money? Just more manufactories? I guess. Although maybe I should be not. Maybe I should be building states houses as well, making sure we get at least 1 states house in each area. Minorities flock to the bump. What? So-called pilgrims of the quarantine faith. Oh, crap. Or do we enforce religious unity? Yeah, it's okay. Because we can just put it in a trade company, and now we don't get any penalty. We do get a lack of a towards the true faith, but another non-monstrous nation. That pop-up is probably going to get a little repetitive, I imagine. Because surely that's going to fire, you know, a great deal when you know about this much of the world. As much of the world as we do, that is to say. Right. Yeah, I mean, even if these people are disloyal, if they rebelled, all of the other vassals would come to our aid. They really don't have many troops, do they? 1 regiment? It's kind of crazy how small they are. I wonder if there's some mechanic that makes them even weaker when you unite the Empire. I feel like they're weaker than normal. But maybe I'm wrong. No, we do have more range to go. West Antilles coast, go ahead. Oh, wow. That latest exploration went a long way round. We're finding the real edge of this continent. Very cool. Very cool. I wish it didn't improve. Well, I wish there was an option to have it not improve past 200 relations. Because we still have quite a few princes who are not best pleased with us. So do I want to form Laurent? We kind of might as well... in union under Wex for at least 25 years. Okay. So we can't do it in the end. Because it has to be a union, not a subject. Not another type of subject. Let's declare a war to... I think we might have cause on like all their land, except this province, which is only 12 development. And in fact, even there, Sornkost has a thing. So, wasn't I meant to get a subjugation CB, or is that at the end of the mission tree? Yeah, that's the end of the mission tree. If I expand the empire, it doesn't make them a subject, does it? They would currently accept vassalization, actually. Oh, and they're trying to conquer this guy. Interesting. Oh no, who lost their... Damn, these guys went for independence. I stalled so long on going after them. I guess that makes sense. Well... I mean, is there any point in me going to war with these people? I could just subjugate them. No, I couldn't. So I guess I expand the empire and we have some non-subject imperial members. But that just seems kind of untidy, right? You're allied to Laurent and Southroy here. I got a claim on some claims on Southroy? I do. Yeah, well, let's just call them in. Can't call them in because we are allied to them. Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. You make a fair point. Alright, we won't declare war on them then. Do you have anything interesting? Not really. So I don't think I'm not too worried about them. Well, let's go for Coruvia then, because we have the claims there. We'll go... Oh god, look how many of our allies have so many claims. The war goal really doesn't matter. If I full call them to add anyone, yes. Anyone big? No. So we'll full call both of them. And there we go. 180,000 manpower in reserve in this war. Right, I'm going to turn off automatically raise maintenance. I am just going to leave my guys drilling, I think. Yeah, force limit. Sorry, our general limit has increased somewhat dramatically. So we'll just throw some more in and drill. Are you kidding me? That event should only fire once. What is that? Deluge.7. I'm gonna change that. Okay, none of that just happened. The first event fired, and we decided, okay, I guess we'll just have to deal with having a heretic ruler instead of any of that happening. We're still a zealot, which boosts the power of our ability to convert core knights, which I find very funny. I have given us back the admin we spent on boosting the stability from taking the decision, and I've given us back the legitimacy from the second decision, and I've added a line in the event file so that it can only fire once. Because that's just silly, isn't it? But we'll roll with the core knight thing because it looks like the decision can only be taken once. Funny that. Things like that only being able to happen once. Anyway, we have... we'll move on. I've made a suggestion post. But that's fine. The mod, I must say, so far, has been essentially flawless in terms of its execution of all of these many, many new systems, which is insanely impressive. This no longer grants influence. Yay! It's insanely impressive. I'm very, very impressed. You want me to improve relations with this guy? Would they accept vassalization now? They would. So you know what? Yeah, good idea. Let's do that. Good stuff. Alrighty. Ooh, another of the cities have been found. The Jungle's Soul. Paradise in the depths of hell. Somewhere in here. Where is it specifically? Or is it just taking me to the person that found it? I think it is, unfortunately. Unless this is it. They're burning the roots. I want to learn about what the heck these roots are. It seems really interesting. Alfredi roots dominant. Day 360. The horrible beast formed of a writhing mass of vines chased us. We ran. The jungle ended. At first we thought the whole city was made of jewels. Emerald buildings encrusted with jewels of every color shimmering in the sunlight. God, we hadn't seen the sun in so long. It was beautiful, and yet it all felt wrong somehow. I can't say why. There's something deeply unsettling. I think I preferred the jungle. We'll rest a short while and push deeper into the city. See what can be salvaged for our return. Return from the expedition requested funds for a new expedition to return to the city, revealed to be the ancient precursor city of Ephelai, clearing a path for future explorers as well as setting up a permanent settlement. So this is in Voyane. Voyane. Right here. Okay. Well, can we get here? Song servants. The jungle's song. Enthralled by the jungle's song, moved by the creaking of the wind, the trees in the wind. They sing no songs back, nor do they sacrifice. Instead, they sway and move as one with the jungle. That's so cool. It gets what? They get a bunch of money. It gets local development. Floating city crash site until the end of the game. Isn't that the one I was looking for? I think that was the one I was looking for. That's really cool, though. I think precursor relics, maybe there are more events to increase the value of them, because precursor relics seem undervalued right now. Do dwarves get penalties when owning non-hold provinces? Or are they just normal? It looks like they're just normal. Okay, interesting. I find the idea of a dwarven empire that, you know, conquers the whole servant spine and then goes, right, those damn elves over there holding the new world. You know, we need you conquer the serpent spine, and then you decide. Oh, sorry, I still have debug mode on. I was wondering why the heck that was. This is actually just what I need right now. Less national unrest, given all of this deluge problems. You conquer the serpent spine, and then you decide you go on a kind of worldwide crusade against both elvish nations and the old elvish empire lands. So you need to take the whole new world and make sure there are no elven populations, not populations, countries existing. That seems like it would be fun. So this guy is obviously going to lose the war for independence, but he'll probably win the conquest war, especially if I go and mess up Sornkost in the meantime. But obviously I don't want to do that while these guys are sieging. This is how I play with the Vassal Swarm, by the way. You can send your own guys in to siege, but you can also just not. And it's cheaper that way. So, a bit slower. It is quite a bit slower, actually. We should probably send our armies in, just to make sure we get some of this. And we should also reorganize our army to have a new template. So we do not need any cavalry. Is 12 enough? Maybe 15 cannons. Maybe we should do some infantry. Some cavalry, just a little bit. 31. Maybe one more cannon, so once they've taken attrition, they still do it. This is the tip of the spear. Because the rest of my my vassal armies are the, you know, the rest of the spear. How do you conform again? This one. Good. Let's juice up some armies so we can go, because yeah, using that army we'll be able to go and siege at really high speed. Gnomish genius. A gnome has become well known for their discoveries. Token reward. You get some admin power for a bunch of money. Award his ingenuity. That we're already at coexistence, so we don't really need to boost the coexistence. Would I spend 800 ducats for one innovativeness? You know what? Right now I would, because that's only 2 and a bit months of income. West Antier Coast Sea complete. So where was that? Wow, look at that. We can see all the way around. Very cool. Very cool. Go ahead and explore the North Ocean of the Lost. Where is that? Where are you heading? Over here. Oh, look, it's the international date line. Nice. The seam that allows the game to pretend to be a cylinder. Consort converts. God, everyone is freaking converting during this deluge. Oh. Well, there's no real advantage to kicking her out. She is a powerful mage. I love her anyway. Our legitimacy is 48. Piles of Dame's Tear. Ooh. Soon men find the first chunks of Dame's Tear, and after concentrating the search in this direction, they find more in bigger chunks. They open a valley with a ghost town. Definitely not the city from the stars. Quick inspection is obvious. It's a big mining town, never depleted. Not that we came for it, but that's a huge amount of Dame's Tear anyway. 400 crowns. Emperor invited to debate. Revelant Society is sometimes known to hold debates. I've been invited. Participation in the event is mandatory. Excuse me. I'm a 166. I mean, we're not that good at admin, but I think we made some decent points. I'm sure we did make some good points. Should have stuck to what we know. Probably have us rambling about administrative nonsense. Alright, juicing up these guys. You come on down. Gonna reorganize into the siege stacks, and then we can yeah, we'll just be able to accelerate our vassal swarm wars. Because obviously, I mean, we're not going to lose the war, but we can accelerate it. Is that loan paid off again? Jolly good. It will reduce inflation. So yeah, our costs have been somewhat outpaced by our revenues. I should be promoting these guys. Why are we... I have war taxes on, and I have... for the whole Age of Unraveling so far. Crap. That was suboptimal, let's say. I really haven't taken any idea groups to handle unrest, which is a mistake. I'm gonna spread out this guy again. I should probably juice him up. How much? I limit 31? Yeah. Needs a bit more money to train this up, that's fine. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, even if we wanted to go on a conquest spree, we really haven't got very much in the way of governing capacity. So it wouldn't really work. There's our additional colonist, so I will be sending them, I guess, as far as we can around this coast to try and explore this direction. We want to do it somewhere that's not tropical. If any of these islands are a bit more pleasant to live on. Doesn't look like it. So we'll go over here, just because it's kind of interesting, closer to some of these other nations. We've got the Mali colour here, nice. Importing food to combat famine. The recent food shortage in our nation. Can we handle +2 national unrest? Barely. We're behind on admin tech? We're not. So I will boost stability. No, I'm going to refuse to import food. They are fully improved relations. New decision. Time for Regent Court Emperor again? No. I'm not going to fall for that one. Alright, so what are we going to take out of this war? Well, Cornite Zealots, of course. We're going to take all this, I think. 84 value. Actually, we want to take slightly more than that. Unfortunately, we can't do it in one war. Okay. Well, that's no big deal. I should perhaps also take the coast. Do I want the land myself? It's not in a trade node that we're particularly interested in. Maybe I give it to the elves. How loyal are the elves? What idea groups did they take? We need someone who took religious ideas and is the right religion. That second part's important. No, excuse me. No one bordering here appears to have taken the religious ideas, unfortunately. Group you guys up. Forms the new template. These guys can just go. Cool. So now we have 3 big siege stacks available when we want them. 4 if you count that one. 5 if you count this one, which I should. conform to the new system. And yes, I'm being wasteful now in terms of just disbanding troops, but it's not the end of the world. We do not need, oh yeah, trade efficiency, although he is Gwedi. Yuck. Hey, colonial range. Perfect. That will help us, yeah, forget this expedition. We're going further. Oh, not much further though. It's fine though. This is severe monsoon. Cool. And who lives here? Some lizard folk and halflings. That's the impression. So it's the kind of lizard folk, halflings, humans. That's the breakdown I'm getting in these parts. You were from my new conquest. Cool. I think to try and avoid the problems of the deluge, I'm actually going to spend even more on stability. Right, we have some free diplomats. Go ahead and keep boosting with subject countries. And you can switch over to Istralor. Good, Moonhaven is as happy as they're going to be. Still not loyal. So why are they so disloyal at the moment? Better Diplotech. It's the noble integration policy is not great. Should I integrate this now, or should I wait for them to try and build their tower larger? It does have the building icon, which implies it's going to be improving it soon, I hope. Maybe I will look through here for the Magister tree. That wasn't as bad as I thought, actually. It is, it's alphabetical order. So, the third fold. So this is the building of the tower, right? Prepare Adriel. Adriel is an artificial island of our own making. Oh, I didn't know that. It lies empty and undeveloped. Begin the construction of titanic facilities to ensure smooth progress of our project. Abjuration. Spells that protect, block, or banish. Any mage with its salt must be riddled. Any mage tower with its salt must be riddled with magical defenses. What is a mage tower without scores of magical servants and guardians through conjuration? Enchantment. The reason orators in the world set up mage towers. The greatest orators in the world set up mage towers, empowering their spells' semantic components eightfold. Then a magical breakthrough, because it's having a problem. Interesting. Fourth fold. A leading diviner suggested a large observatory. Excellent. Fifth fold. Doesn't seem to achieve much, but a fort must have its cannons, but a mage tower will have its fireballs. Then you need access to Dame's Tier. You have to have something producing Dame's Tier. Sixth fold. Sometimes the greatest structures need to hide themselves in plain sight. Inversely create a mask of grandeur worth 1,000 kings. Cool. That would be nice. Gives all power costs -5. Very cool. And then seventh fold, necromancy. The darkest art can be made to light. Let us use this dark school to empower the minds of the scholars that will call this place home. Gives another 2.5 power cost down. And then you need radiant rock. You need to specifically produce... The island needs to produce Dame's Tier specifically, which you do with a Skyfall ritual. We must be ready to use all means at our disposal. Make it fall. We are ready to open a new chapter of magical prosperity for our nation, whatever the risks. You can make Dame's Tier fall on the island. That's so cool. And then finally, eighth fold. Spells that transform the recipient physically. It's about creating the perfect being, in this case, the Tower of Eightfold Eminence. You get a Center of Trade, and it goes up to 10% power cost down. I'm looking forward to playing as the Magisterium at some point. That seems really fun. Power of Alchemy. You get gold in Dame's Tier. Nice. I hope it can't be depleted once you're doing it with Alchemy, but I bet it can. Relatively small mission tree compared to some, but I think... that could definitely be fun. I wonder if you can get vampires as the Magisterium. That would be fun too. You guys, go somewhere where you won't suffer attrition. And once you're full, I'll move you. Good stuff. Yeah, so I'm not too concerned about defeat the Thieves Guild. Nice. Get a bunch of money. Gwedi separatists. Right, I knew there was a reason we had an army up there. These guys can go deal with it, and then after that go here, where there is enough supply limit for you. We should also go to war with Gwedi. We'll probably do that after this. Rightful ownership. No, not happening. Show people our resilience. Provinces convert. Ah, it's a problem. States under pressure. Time to show resilience in the face of adversary. 3 stability. That's nice. Vern has converted. No, no, Vern. No, no. I do not think so. Stop that. Can't because they have too much liberty desire. It's okay. I'm prepared to dump a lot. Ooh, Cornite Zealots have risen up here. Okay, let's make sure we deal with them. I'm prepared to dump sizable quantities of prestige into placating people in order to make sure that we can keep everybody on the right faith. There go the monopolies. What should I be building? Probably, no, sorry, we still can't build state houses. Courthouses? Yeah, let's just, some courthouses built real quick. No reason not to, really. Just lower the governing cost of all these provinces. The return on investment on courthouses is pretty bad in terms of the state maintenance, but in general, I think worth it just for the governing costs. Goblin Ascanti refugees. More will follow. Interesting. So new mercenary and our court mage has died. That's a shame. We could get another one immediately. Ah, we couldn't promote him if we did. National unrest is what is called for right now. Let's get him. We will take Diplotech. We've already got the last Explo, haven't we? Yeah. Did we set the other policy, by the way? Ah, no, because it was this, which I think I will set, actually, even though it's going to cost us a bit. Do we need this one anymore? Autonomy change. We do. Let's just wait until we've got everyone topped off. I wonder how many diplomats it will take for us to continuously improve relations with all of the nations of the Empire once they're all fully topped off. Probably... You can probably work it out quite easily, right? It would take 1 tick of improved relations per year per person. You get 12 ticks per year. There are 70 princes. 70 divided by 12 is like 6 also. Close enough. So I think you'd need 6 diplomats improving constantly. Can that be right? That seems like a lot. Pillar of the Heavens. Our explorers in Altair continue their journey through ancient ruins. Come across what appears to be an ancient logbook. Various logistics of the precursors, though our translations are shoddy at best, one name seems to pop up over and over again, roughly translates as a pillar of the heavens. What this pillar is, what it represents, we've no way of knowing. Its prevalence in the text seems to imply at least some importance to the precursors. And of course, what the precursors see as important must surely also be valuable. Some, however, have doubts. Few members of the expedition are reluctant to search for a place that may not even exist. Let the quest for the heavens begin. Absolutely, because I think we failed the other quest because someone else found it, right? And it's here. The floating city crash site. Wasn't that what we were looking for? I'm not entirely sure. I think it was. Okie doke. I will be cancelling all of my influence. We are topping out on mill points, which I will pour into... Wait, you know what I'll pour it into? Strengthening the government. Hell yeah. By might of our military, shall people accept that, yes, Lothane may be a Cornite, but don't let that worry you. Is there a way to make a specific, like with submodding, to make a specific event not trigger pop-ups in other nations? I would like to turn it off on that one. Cornite Firebrand in Old Tower, for instance, convert to Cornite. Ugh, and we got colonialism against Bjarnrik. Why is that? Bjarnrik, where do you have colonies that are right next to mine? Nowhere. Did I put a colony up here? I don't think I did. Is it because I have a subject with colonies next to theirs, I guess? That would make sense. Alright, so exploration of these seas down here are getting... Whoa, what is that? That's a really interesting looking sea zone. Can't quite get there yet. Let's keep exploring the coasts. Oh yeah, right, and you guys arrived and ships are all going to sink? No, because I got the basing Astroport. That's right. We just hang out in Astroport then. Go search. Good stuff. I wonder how hard it is to play as a Ruinborn in this mod compared to playing as a indigenous American people. So date agenda failed because they got full annexed. That's a shame. That is a shame. Do you get instant independence then? Yeah, because I don't think their war ended, but I could be wrong. Should we be getting some allies? Not really any harm. Ugh, trade crisis. Yikes. Let's set some rebel suppression with our armies, given that I'm not currently using them to siege. I think that's prudent. You guys can handle the borders. You can handle the east and the, whatever it's called, Forbidden Glade of the elves. And then also down into this region a bit. This way I just won't need to worry about any rebels that pop up. We'll know someone will be around to deal with them. Reduce the micro required. We can go down into Laurent, former Laurent, I should say. Then we need probably 2 more armies to deal with this. How much force have I got left? Yeah, oodles. So let's get 1 more here. Wow, that's so slow. Dropped to single-digit FPS there for a second. Yeah, we'll recruit 2 more armies. That'll help with the... well, actually, will it help with Liberty Desire? I don't think it will. Because there's no... yeah, there's no comparative thing. And yeah, everyone is a little bit annoyed about my whole annexed an empire member. But they also basically all love me. So we could annex another, no problem. With that in mind, Horse Garden, I am going to annex you so we can have that extra missionary. And then I wonder if there are any other important temples that we should be going after. I don't know. I don't really believe that these guys are going to go down their whole tree and upgrade it. So maybe I should go after them. Why would the war in heaven trigger just because we found out the god died? That's just occurred to me. It wouldn't. There should be, unless the gods are empowered by belief. Terry Pratchett style. Curious. This is in, oh, what's this? Missionary strength plus 1%, but is that local? Province owner is not Infernal Court. Is in the Canorian religion group. Alright, we'll take that personally then, just in case we are able to benefit from it. Yeah, we should be looking at these provinces. Anything interesting in your capital? Heavily affected by the Crimson Deluge. Torrential rains of blood. Signs that they're fighting for the regent throne, but that doesn't make any sense. Because they should have been fighting for the regent throne the second she ascended, right? She ascended a while ago. Maybe it's a coincidence that we found out and the war... like, I'm trying to think of a way the war in heaven could be real. Maybe it's a coincidence that we found out at this moment and the war started at this moment. Maybe the war would have started either way. It's just that it did start now because, you know, she ascended... because the Green Tide only ended in, like, 1420, I think. So maybe it's a coincidence and it's just that... it's just because we found out. I can add this to a trading company. Nice. Is there a reason to do that? There's kind of not much reason not to do that. I'm curious to see if we get this missionary strength boost. Let's find out. Hall of the Shadow Dancer. Yeah, we do. Nice. But yeah, so maybe it's just a coincidence in that, yes, this is when we found out that he died, but actually it's because she ascended 20 years ago and has been... well, actually, it was like 100 years ago, wasn't it? Maybe she was gathering allies or something. See what I mean? Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I will be having some of your land. Specifically, the trade ports. And then the rest of it I shall give to my loyal subject. This guy who has admin ideas. Silidand. Oh yeah, I meant to make this bigger, didn't I? That's kind of urgent. I should do that at some point. I know we don't have a CB that allows us to take this land, but watch me. Silidand, there it is. Silidand. And Silidand. Cool. I want all our land to be kind of connected up. Oh, I can't quite make that work. Okay, we'll do this then so that we're still connected around this coast. And yeah, I'm not concerned with coalitions anymore. And we can't take all the land we need for the war goal in one war, so we may as well take a bit less up here and some more given to people down here. So Turin, you are you got some fine ideas there. Really, if I was really min-maxing for a world conquest, didn't I say I was not going to do this? Now I think about it, but turns out I was wrong. Maybe I am. What you would ideally do if you wanted to do this min-maxi is you would identify a couple of nations that had idea groups like admin, religious, humanitarian, humanist, things that allowed you to not get rebellions, convert land, culture convert land, and core land quickly. That would be the main objectives. This is going to cause 58 overextension. We're already at 57. Okay. Do we have to own this land directly for the mission? I don't think so, right? No, it just has to be... All of the following must be true. Either in the Empire... Yeah. Part of the Empire. Okay, good. Elves, I want you to hold this for me. What's your name again? Ibvar. Next question, where is I in the alphabet? Ibvar. Ah, there they are. One more. Yeah, you can see how this is less engaging, at least I think it is, than how we were playing before, where you're just, you're just choosing who to give land to, basically. And I enjoy it, but I think it's probably less interesting to commentate over. You guys, by the way, should extend your reach around the corner here. Good. And all provinces of this get added to the trade node. Sorry, to the company. And then these get upgraded. Good. The Harbour of Crantho. Construction time down. Nice. We lost a battle? Ah. To some rebels over here. It's unfortunate. You entered into a you just tried to support my disloyal subjects? No. That's not how this works. You don't attack me. You don't threaten me. I attack you. Can't do it because we have transfer trade relations with. Well, guess what? No, we don't. And you're going down for this impudence. Oops, we did lose a couple of men to that rebellion there. Ironic, given that this is meant to be our rebel dealing with army. God, our army tradition is tanking after I've spent a bunch of time at speed 4 and not fighting wars myself, which makes a whole lot of sense. It's fine if they overlap the regions of suppression, that is. Good. And then you, another terrible general. You can hold down this area. Good. When the deluge is over, we'll be in much better shape. Good. Good stuff. A bunch of alliances coming in from the New World. I don't think we want that. I will take that. Nice. Some of our vassals are stuck down here. Yeah, lots of centers of trade we can upgrade. And you know, I think I will go about upgrading them. Because there is, you know, transfers from downstream, sorry, from upstream is still valuable. Explorer ready. Go ahead and search out the Outer Torn Sea. Which is the Torn Sea? Is that this? I'm really curious what's in this kind of egg-shaped area. It's going to be interesting. You are on rebel suppression still. Good. Ooh. Pillar of the Heavens. Learning from the ruined. Our search for the pillar has borne no fruit. No sign of the ancient tower until now. Ruin born in this area where our translator mentioned the pillar whilst passing through their village. Seems to instantly warm up to us, greeting us as friends. Turns out amongst the local elite, the pillar is their gateway to the afterlife, where souls of the departed ascend to the heavens. They describe the tower as an endless pillar, higher even than the realms of the gods, to reach a series of paradises spread across the sky. In addition, from what we gather, there are many loose interpretations of Ruin-born religious texts. The pillar seems to have been more of a tower that served as the main logistical hub for the ancient elves, with mythologized versions of goods such as gemstones, food, dame's tear, magical scrolls, other items. Ask them directly once and for all, torture them one by one, or bribe them with trinkets. We will bribe them with trinkets. Armies on a mission too afraid to engage enemies. Which one? Ah. No, they're too scared. They're not too scared. You just literally can't reach that province. I don't know why it's saying they're too scared. That's weird. Okay, well, we'll have to deal with that separately then. Give me a transport fleet that can carry one of my new stacks. Is that going to take an absolute age because they're all going to build in the same provinces because I did it that way? Yeah, it's unfortunate. Hello. No supporting my subject. Absolutely unacceptable. Coruvia wants to come back into this war. Alright, well, I will wait for my core construction on Coruvia before we declare it then. Who else? You? Yeah, you and Goward, huh? Well, we'll declare on Goward so we can do a reconquest war. Anyone who wants in can come in. Southroy. Thank you for reminding me you exist, Southroy. I will improve relations and get Southroy under control. I'm surprised we still have Liberty Desire. I guess it's the noble privilege does a lot of it, and the fact that we force conversion on them is obviously a pretty big deal. Oh, unraveling indeed. This is it's tricky. Yes, I think a game as a dwarf would definitely be fun. That's definitely something I'm considering. A game as a Lich King seems fun, although it seems like it will be left behind because I think Lich Kings can't industrialize, is my impression. But I don't really understand how the industrialization system works. I don't know how devastating that is. It sounds pretty devastating. But I guess we'll find out. Southroy, welcome to the Empire. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for breaking your alliance with Goward in the process. Honestly, what were you thinking, being allied to Goward? So that does still add people to the Empire, right? Ah, no. It didn't. Maybe they will at the end of the month. Why aren't they adding themselves to the Empire anymore? Oh, they did. Okay, good. Just took a little while. I guess they have to decide to do so. So, the Lake Palace, what does that give you again? Ruler lifespan is crazy. So yeah, let's start upgrading that. And also, hey, would you like to be annexed? Not for a few years. Yeah, we would very much like average ruler lifespan up. That seems bonkers good. Still ahead of time on admin, we are, but not by much. Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of rebels when you're governing over an empire with blood raining down on it. Relatable, right? That classic experience that we've all had. So Stormcourse will join, Thornbridge will join. You would accept vassalization. I would rather vassalize you than fight you. So let's do you first, and then your other ally was Dinzek up here, who would also accept vassalization. So let's work on trying to vassalize them first. Who are you allied with that I didn't want to go to war with again yet? Corvia, that's right. The Rebellion, we will... Yep, that's fine. I'm going to keep letting them congregate. Yeah, we are getting rather a lot of rebel pop-ups these days. All of our guys still exploring? No, you have stopped because you died. Go back to it. Cool. Who else should I be going after? Redglades? Only allied to Laurent? Would you accept vassalage? No? Then I'll make you. Should be very doable. Laurent will come in. Laurent is allied to Rubyhold and Redglaives. Rubyhold is allied to only Laurent. Okay, perfect. Well, we'll declare the main war on Laurent. Call both of these in. Make it a reconquest war? That covers more provinces than... No, we'll make it a conquest war because it covers more provinces and hence costs us less dip across all 3 countries. Sounds good. Right, so we need to deal with these blooming peasants. Natives adapt to the waiting country. They're going to love being Wexund. So true. So true. Promises convert. Treacherous fools. Yeah, not ideal. Okay, whoops. Left random YouTube auto playing on the background. I paused the game intending to fix one line in a .gui file. There is now a back button here, close button when building buildings. And then I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, chasing down an error in the error log. I'm back. I also managed to crash the game while trying to change one Y coordinate. My bad. So we went back in time a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Right, let's do the same things we did last time. Pretty sure we did that. Already coring all the lands. Yeah, good. It's unfortunate that we just went back in time a bit. Redglades, were you going to vassalize? Ridge, are you going to vassalize? Yes, you are. Okay. And I should actually finish improving relations there. My guys are already on autonomous. They are good. Right, so new exploration. Heart grinder equal amongst men. Cool. Cool, so we're going to get you as a vassal. Good stuff with the alliance. Working towards that. Storm Course we could go after. That's right, so we wanted to go... Goward had some allies who we were trying to vassalize before we went to war with Goward. Let's keep our focus on that. Southroy, you can have some influence nation. As can you. Devastating rain. Corin's war is destroying us. Let's get some more of these. Yeah, it really is all falling apart, huh? There hasn't been any... Oh, I guess there can't be any religious leagues, because there's a treaty of permanent peace. Pretty sure League Wars can't fire if that happens, so maybe there are no League Wars in the mod, I don't know. Did I set the new boats building already? I did not. Let's spread them out a bit more this time. The regional lodge for the Ravilian Society. Open the lodge and take their gold. Or thanks but no thanks. Yeah, sure. It seems like the events are escalating a little bit with that guy, so I'm not sure about continuing to side with them, but I am going to establish some overseas alliances. Let's see who else would ally us. As you can probably tell, I am winding down. I want to create some buffer alliances where we so that our empire will be secure once I'm gone. Not that the game continues without you, but it's fun to imagine. Marhold, where are you? Oh, here. Are you a dwarf? You are a dwarf, right? No, you're a human. You just have a hold as your capital. What the heck? Interesting. Owned by non-Spartanian race. Tick does not have a coexisting subterranean race. Yes, they do. Weird. A human hold. That's an interesting idea. Humans ruling over a dwarven hold. Yeah, but no, I'm not going to allow you. Although, I mean, I see why you would want it. But no. So, we should do a war against you. Do I have a monstrous conquest? Would I have... Are you monstrous? What makes someone monstrous? I guess if they don't have any tribal lands, they're not monstrous. I think. They have the Crimson Deluge all the way up here, huh? Makes sense, it's a scanty, so... yeah, right, go smash them up. We're going to go with Imperial Ban, because that allows liberation of vassals. Corintier will come to their aid. Look at that. See, the Coronites can't be all that. They're siding with the damn old Ducanites. If I get Corintier to convert, do you think that will help somehow? Should I call in all these guys? No real reason not to. Shattered Crown. These are the guys that start with the Dwarven capital, right? Or in fact, yeah, that's it. This is the Dwarven capital. The Great Clan. Oh, sorry. Tick does not have... Wait, no, they are... Okay, no, are orcs not subterranean? Trophy pile level 6. It's a damaged hold. I guess they don't build stuff, they just make a pile of trophies. I like the way that the orcs are kind of... The orcs are just brutal. Like, they're not... you know, they're not just humans, but a bit more fighty. They don't appear, anyway, most of them. They genuinely not care about, like, development at all. Which I find interesting. But yeah, let's drive the orcs back. Should be good. I think... Yeah, I think, actually, we have reached the point where I really want to start a new campaign. We're too strong. It's funny, I sometimes I get this in vanilla, but I basically, normally in vanilla at this point, I would begin a world conquest. And I've done many world conquests in vanilla, and very much enjoyed them. But I think this time I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to pause recording, neaten up our borders, and then come back. And show you the final state of the great empire of Anbennar. I'm going to do some speed 5, just, you know, charging through the vassal swarm. Should be good. Just checking in. The vassals bleed very intently in the war over here, but the rain seems to have stopped. No clear winner. Mortal world's at peace, but some say the true winner must now be decided by its followers. So it could have been irrelevant. Like, there's not necessarily a reason to believe that that was caused by a Cornite war. Who knows? Who knows? I've decided on what I'm going to do, by the way. So we're going to establish some allies. This guy, and this guy. Those define our borders. We're going to help them expand. And they would eventually come to dominate their respective regions. And we will also yoink this northern bit. And I think I will also hit the button, because that seems fun. And unite the empire. We'll see if I can actually have enough governing capacity to govern the whole empire. I suspect that we will. But that it will take some doing, basically. But I suspect we can. With enough courthouses and things. Should be fun. In an act of nothing but spite, I am going to decimate Cornetier, split it into a... Oh, I can't, because we've actually just lost occupation on their capital. Alright, send my big, totally not needlessly suffering attrition stack to go deal with it. Get that fort siege. There we go. Get balkanized Coronites. Now they have 4 provinces left. They obviously have the whatever you call them, the tribal lands up in the north, but still, I mean, they're not tribal lands, but however it works with these expeditionary forces. Nice. So more of these people can get yeeted out of here. Not much I want from you. Might as well pillage your capital. Can't get anything from you, but that's fine. It's not an obstacle. There we go. I have liberated a bunch of subjects from them. As soon as this diplomat comes back, boom. Weaken them. Right, so now let's secure some of those alliances, knowing that we could definitely tear this guy apart as many times as we wanted. An alliance with Bjarnrik, I think. We've had no conflict with them. That seems fine. We fought the other elves that this guy clearly doesn't like, so we're fine with allying with them. These guys to the south seem like the main player in that area. Let's move the capital back to Wexkeep. Just seems like the fitting place to end, doesn't it? Crown land over 50%. Full set of +5 advisors. And a glorious empire. We will click the button. 0 will vote against. The unification of Anbennar. Claim the crown. Event new traditions and ambitions. In the event half-elven influences fires. And a whole bunch of people get annexed in. The Allentir chapter defers to us. Makes them a commercial enterprise. Ah, that's fun. I also allied this guy. I'm not sure if I did that on camera. Half-elven influences. Our niche is going through a change, whether by reformation or not. Should we go through... Half-elf becomes the new primary culture. Definitely not. Are there even any half-elf provinces in the Empire? That seems like a terrible idea. The wholly half-elven methods of war. We're fine as we are. New traditions. I'm going to say yes just to look at them. Let's have a look here. Liberty desire from subjects development down. Oh, what good timing. Just what I need right now. Morale damage received, that's good. Governing capacity up, that's handy. All power costs, nice. Discipline and diplo rep, nice. Max cultures 4, nice. Trade steering, okay. Revolutionary deal, max effect of absolutism, that's pretty good. Movement speed and naval, Impossible policies, Not bad, not bad. As good as our previous ones? Probably. We've lost Imperial ban on a bunch of people. We have, of course, inherited all of this lot, which means they will finally shut up about sending us marriage invites. Let's get rid of all these. Okay. So, welcome to the Empire of Anbennar. We are not terribly over the governing capacity. Just a hop, skip, and a whole lot of courthouses away from being much more sustainable. Should be doable. Sorry, that's probably quite loud. Governing ability. No, this doesn't matter, does it? So, sure. Institution spread and true faith. A lot of core knights. We do have a... what? Still 92% is pretty good. Is there a governing capacity one? Maybe we should put the God of Chivalry in. We have been fighting for him, of course. I don't think any of this really matters. And then obviously we have a army and a navy that's dramatically oversized. But there you go. The Empire of Anbennar. We would... yeah, eventually there'll be a period of colonization effort here. We'd have to negotiate with who's in here. Oh, we can actually see in here now. So what the heck is going on? There's a bunch of elves and orcs coexisting. And it's mostly orcish. Basically all orcs. All governed by orcs here in the deep woods. Interesting. What is that? What is that? It's Terra Incognita. It's a little... oh, it's probably like the world tree or something. That'll be really cool. We would, of course, make connections with Dwarven Holds and secure the spine for them as our ultimate eastern defense. Shattered Crown orcs are pretty spread out. That's cool. So yeah, who was it that was here? Snotfinger. What a great name for a goblin clan. Yeah, various dwarves. Dwarves doing pretty well holding the south, honestly. One way to see where dwarves are would just be to go opinions on dwarves. No, they don't necessarily like each other. Okay. Lots of jigs. And then we are learning further afield, by the way. Our, I think this stuff much have unlocked. The Command. What the heck are you? It's an interesting name. Jesus Christ, they have 140,000 men. The following slave states. Pardon me? What do you believe? Your hobgoblin god lost. Minus 10% aggressive expansion. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, but... oh, that's the whole empire. It's just what the heck is in the orb. You'll have to watch the next series to find out. I'm sure most of you know anyway. Oh, this is an interesting little peninsula. But anyway, there you go. The Empire of Anbennar. What a good mod. Glad I finally started playing it. I have the first session of my D&D campaign tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to. We will be starting just about here and then moving on. But for now, I'll say thank you so much for watching. Next series, playing as dwarves, will start coming out probably pretty soon after this. And yeah, from here, just a few more things about what we would do from here. Obviously, the orc threat to the north needs dealing with. They proved they couldn't be trusted when they attacked and took provinces from whoever it was. New Shire, after we declared them under our protection. We'd push to there, and then we would, with our four great allies, one here, one in the spine, one here, and one here, we would have fully secured the borders of the Empire, and then there would be great prosperity within the Empire, which would be good. In the New World, I'm happy to have various trading companies under our control doing stuff over there, but we're gonna have to play either as a colonizer or maybe as a native in the future to try and work out what the heck is going on in the New World. I'm interested. Hang on, don't you guys worship the command? No, you worship the thought. Right. Anyway, cracking the egg, figuring out what's going on underneath the serpent's spine, maybe retaking the crown would be nice. But all of this and more in the next series. Till then, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the series, then I'm glad.